Yeah, my mic was on mute. Hello. I don't think so. Oh. Mm. Oh. With the new. The 59. Doesn't. Just cold tires, I think. Yep. With the new tire model, obviously the update, so that's gonna have to. Some people might have to try and get used to that. Yep. Ever. And the whole of the LMU division. Oh, what this? Jeez. That's not like over 2,000 hours. It's been reasonably tidy so far. Not really much mistakes I can see. So pretty stable at the moment. It's all about that final corner. Might be nah. The Corvette's just got out of the way in time, but here he is, and not a single mistake so far. It's all about straightening up the wheel, get to the line. Mm. Oh. Oh. I don't think the audio is working on the stream. Because all I can hear is the cars on the stream. Oh, never mind. But yeah, it's working fine. Just yeah, it seems normal. The the 78 Lexus goes up to second, only 2 tenths off Mohammed in first. the other 78 goes up to 4th. Oh, you got it. Oh, never mind. Yep. Bit of oversteer. No one can hear you, by the way. Yeah, everyone's just been saying no one can hear you
Okay.
speak the whole time.
Sorry about this. I turned off the. I turned
Okay,
accidentally
it
turned
can
off the
only
mic.
hear myself. That's it.
Okay, now it should work. If you couldn't hear me at all, then
The whole
uh,
time.
okay, then hello. We are here for Bahrain today. And yeah, currently in qualifying, looking at Lucas Mutzig, who's currently on a pretty quick lap. This could be in a 2-2s. Currently
Yeah, it's
sitting
working.
in P4. That is lovely. So, Tread Racer. In the chat, the LMP2 class for Tread Racer, the LMP2 class is allowed to line up in the pits within the next 17 seconds. From Max, I'm supposed to say hi to Emily. Greetings, Emily. And yeah, that's basically about it. Let's have a look at these final lap times. Corey Jason against Mohamed Colombo. This might be everything for Paul Lucas Mutzig. P3, 1.1. He has time for one more lap. I think. Let's have a look at the pit lane. Yep, there's the first of the LMP2 cars, Jasper Kuisman, making his way down the pit lane. He's gonna have to wait at the end of the pit lane until his time on the track comes. Let's have a look at Mohamed Colombo, who's currently flying down the back straight. A 2.1.7 is what he needs to beat, but that first sector wasn't particularly great. Let's see. Mohamed Colombo, this could be his penultimate run.
Looks fine so far. Oh, maybe a little bit of a moment.
He's going. He's allowed to complete one more lap, and it's a 2. It's not an improvement.
Yeah, and I saw him do a little bit of a nudge out of the final corner.
Corey Jason 9/10 down in the first sector. I don't think that's the Lexus can recover. Lucas Mutzig is going purple in the first sector. Could this be the underdog on pole position? St. Jules in the pit lane. Lucas goes awfully wide. Let's hope he didn't invalidate his time there, but I think he did, because that middle purple sector hasn't been counted. Lucas Mutzig will make his way probably back to the pit lane. Roland Dozer is on his current final lap.
He's coming in.
Into the pit lane he goes.
Yep.
Lucas Mutzig. To the line he goes. It's invalid, sadly, but it would have been.
Oh.
It would have been a 2.2. In fact, it is a 2.2. It wasn't invalid. The program just didn't clip the sector times. So it's a 2.2 for Lucas. But now let's have a look at the LMP2 cars. There's a cool racing car of Cameron Thompson out on track, just leading the LMP2 field. We can expect something around the 150 mark sometimes. I know that Jasper Kuisma has a lot of pace here and is probably our favorite for the win today.
He's said in the VC a few times he is feeling. He is a bit worried if he messes up the strategy or not, but I'm sure he can do well because he has been practicing like mad for this event. So I can see him probably getting a top 5 today.
But the interesting part about this is that for the LMP2 class, obviously we're gonna have only 8 cars out on track today, so a very, very small field. Usually we're running 11 cars, but
I could see a podium.
Yeah, the 2 Alpines and on the brakes there for
Cameron my
Thompson.
god!
Saves the car. Now he needs to wait with the rejoin. He reverses. That's a good thing. There's Jasper Kuisman coming by. There's Noah Schlur, Tom Kubica, and Mike Kraft. He's gone back on. Ronald Martinez, number 22 United car, right behind. So there is, as said, the 2 Alpine cars are currently missing, and Robert English in the number 28 Hertz Team Jota car. It's a bit of a special car because it's the only car run by Hertz Team Jota. Robert English is having some connection issues, so he's gonna restart his router. Currently the fastest first sector goes to Jasper Kuisma, who is currently going down the back straight. There's a 33.7. it's obviously not that quick. There's Tom Kubica in the background, struggling a bit with the corners, but he keeps the car out of the wall. Let's look at the Prema pilots. These Orica 07s sound beautiful. Yes, Locono, I think, Lucas, I think your lap will be classified if you rejoin in time, but you got plenty of time still to do, 30 minutes.
Yes.
Jesper Koosman to the line. It is surely enough to go top of the timings, but the competition is not really there for him. It's a 1:55 in the first lap. That is a really nice lap for Jesper. Oh, Tom Kubica is off in the back again. This time he might have hit the wall. Noah Schlur, 1:56. Cameron Thompson, who is at the moment in turn 1, 2:10.1. Ronald Martinez, 53.7, a second United car. Ari Venter, 53.6. But currently, what a banker lap that has been from Jesper Koosma. How much quicker can he go, though? That's the question.
He was doing 50s in practice.
That's around the pace we expected. He's the actual driver of the United car. And not the United, it has Team Jota car. Alphonse to do, so we'll see what he can do. But he's not going to be here today, so it's all looking like Jasper is going to have an easy play. So we see his teammates. There's the second Prema car, supposed to be. Second Prema car of Jake Van Leeuwen. He's currently on an outlap on his own. Ari Venter has at the moment into turn 1 again, seemingly the number 37 cool racing car. First of the other GT3 drivers in the chat. Yeah, it was definitely a very entertaining qualifying for the LMGT3 class. I suspect that the LMP2 cars will be a little bit more... It will be a little bit more one-sided, but the fight for P2 will still be there, definitely. And there's the Hertz Team Jota car, Robert English. So, about the Hertz Team Jota car, Tread Racer, that is not a GT3, that's the model that LMP2 uses for unrendered cars. So that is actually an LMP2. It's going awfully wide there, is that... Could be Jake Van Leeuwen. He's been struggling a bit, I heard. So, Ronald Martinez now... Jasper Koosman improves to 50.2. Ronald Martinez improves to 52.1. So the gap's definitely closing for...
I think track evolution as well, maybe.
Yeah, most definitely. Ari Venter with a 2.6. He has had that moment facing the wrong way at turn 10. A lot of LMP2 drivers have complained about turn 10. And, turn 4, therefore, Ari Venter. It's not an easy track in these LMP2 cars, and it's not an easy machine to drive. That as well. It's a step up from the GT3s, definitely, in terms of challenge, in how challenging it is. Let's look at Noah Schlur.
Someone's off at the back.
Noah Schlur currently 5/10 up on Jasper Koosman's first sector. Let's see what Schlur can do in the middle sector of the track.
Oh, and he's done a 360, maybe a 720. He's kept that thing always in the gravel.
But he has managed to keep it out of the wall.
Yep.
A lot of drivers struggling here. We see the number 32 car of Mike Kraft, who's going to have a very nice toe down the back straight here from the second of the crew racing cars, number 47. Oh, there's again, that's Noah Schlur, struggling a lot to keep these tires alive. I might say the tires on the LMP2, the degradation is insane, so we might actually see some two-stoppers it might be a valid strategy around here. Especially since these cars, they don't got a hybrid system, so they're gonna eat up a lot more fuel than the hypercars do. So currently, it's Jasper Koisman ahead of Ronald Martinez, who's going for another lap. The number 22 United car. Then there's Mike Kraft sitting in P3. And Ari Venter in P4, Noah Schlur in P5, Cameron Thompson in P6. And at the back there's Jake van Laren and Tom Kubica and Robert English without any lap time thus far. Let's see what Mr. Martinez can do. He's definitely 5'10", he's 4 tenths up, but he's still looking. He still needs to find a lot of time in the first sector to Jasper Koisman.
I just realised the gap is at 1.8 seconds so far, which is very good so far. Even with a small grid or not, that's still pretty good lap time, I'm assuming, because I don't even play the game, so I'm just taking a guess.
It's a pretty nice lap time. Ronald Martinez going wide there. It's a pretty nice lap time. It's about as good as a GT3 pole, I'd say. If you can improve into the 49s, that would be a really good time. Would be only like 2 seconds off esports.
Yeah, he was doing mid 50s in practice, and then he did he did a 50.2 on 22 liters of fuel. But I can definitely see him going into the 49s, and I'll be very, very shocked if he gets into the 48s, which unlikely in my opinion. But
very unlikely.
We'll have to.
Ronald Martinez, 53.2. He's had a big moment, losing 1.6 seconds in the middle section of the track. So he's gonna go for it again. Jasper Koisman picking up a new set of tires. It's 4 more minutes for these drivers to set a lap time. And there's still 2 drivers without a lap time, being Tom Kubica and Robert English. Yeah, which are displayed as these placeholder cars. Let's look at Jasper Koisman. Never mind, he's on an outlap. We go back to Ronald Martinez to find out he's improved by 1/10. He can definitely find some more time. He did already. So I recall he can get into the 51s, most definitely. Oh, never mind. It's only 1/10. It's not off his personal best. It's off Jasper Koisma. So only 1/10 of Jasper Koisma.
Oh.
We might see a little fight here for pole position.
Yep. We could see, a little fight for pole. That'd be nice, because Jasper's just away in first at the moment.
We'll see, and Ronald's going wide again.
Oh, yeah, there's a little snap there.
He's got 2 more. And he lost 7 tenths in that. I think he lost, he lost all of these 7 tenths there. There's Mike Kraft. Nice debut from him, but to be fair, it's a debut for all of these drivers. Robert English now at the back, along with Tom Kubica. Keep in mind they are warming up the tires at the moment. So their lap times are obviously not going to be respectable. Jasper Koisma finds 0.02 of a second in the first sector. So can he extend that gap? Oh, that wasn't the best turn he could have asked for, and has a big snap there.
Ooh. Yep, he's just got up on the curb, and the curb sort of just ruined it, made the car half spin slightly.
To the dirty part of the curb. They're out of turn 10. So
and he's
let's see. And Ronald Martinez actually found some time on that lap. And he's only 1.5 tenths off Jasper Koisma in the first sector again. So currently the gap is only 1.3 seconds, and Ronald might bring it down to a bit. Both these drivers have been fairly consistent in these sectors with their times, so we might see something in the race here. But Ronald goes wide, and I think that's his lap time basically gone. Our 5 hypercar drivers, it's a really small field sadly, it kind of reminds me of the 2022 season when we also had
I was
only
actually
5 Hypers.
the 2022 season.
We have 2 full teams with the Peugeot team, and in our case, the Porsche team, and then the single Toyota, which was the Glickenhaus back then. So, but I think these 5 drivers are pretty equal on performance. And once the 2 Ferrari and 2 Cadillac, as well as the second of the Toyotas will join us, I think we can have a nice 10-car fight here. As for Ronald, he's at middle sector, he's lost an awful lot of time there. And that is the last time I think he can get off. Jesper Koisman is currently on, he's not on an out lap, he's on a push lap, he's 29 thousandths up. He goes a bit wide there, onto the dirty part of the curb. Let's see if he can hold that lap together. If he was to do so, he could bring it into the 151s. Let's see how much time he found. It looks flawless thus far. He's 1.5 tenths up. It looks like a really good time for him. There's not a lot of time to find in the third sector. Just simply because it's such a short sector. Now to the last corner. Don't clip the curb, don't clip the curb. He doesn't clip the curb. Jesper Koisma is going to cross the line to make it a 1:50.0. Finds 2 tenths. Incredible lap there from Jesper Koisma. He clinches the pole positioner in LMP2, but Ronald Martinez don't count him out. He's only 1/10 of Jesper Koisma, and this time he hasn't gone wide.
Yep, he's kept it pretty stable through there. He's got to do is just master sector 3. Don't do stupid things on the curb, and
he's
try
only
and straight
2 tenths down. If he can get a good run, I think he will slot up second on the grid.
I don't think it's going to beat Jesper, in my personal opinion, unless he has an absolute go to the final corner, which seems alright so far.
Pretty good, but he clipped the curb there, I think. Ronald Martinez to the line. It's going to be a 50.9. It's 2 cars in the 50s. Not that, but he lost a lot of time in that final sector. He lost 4 tenths there. So, that is it. He's the last car that comes into the pit lane. And now let's look at the boys over at Hypercar. We have Omar Ali in the number 5 Porsche, Nicholas Ulrich in the number 8 Toyota, Reese Weber in the number 6 Porsche, and then we have Isaac Busby in the number 93 Peugeot, and Thomas Robert Ham in the number 94 Peugeot. It's supposed to be the number 94 Peugeot, it's sadly the number 93. But you can tell them apart by the livery they took. And yes, we actually run the no-wing Peugeot. It didn't count. Oh, it didn't count for Lucas Mutzik. The P3. So he's going to have to start at the back of the grid. Unless they're changeable.
Anyway, the first lap of the hypercars now. Beginning seems pretty alright through turn 1. Alright through 2 and 3. Not being stuck up onto the curbs, which we've seen a few people do so far in this qualifying. Seems alright so far. Obviously, a little bit wide through there because most people do have lots of understeer through that corner, so braking early is always quite. Yeah.
Omar Ali still on the cold tires. Obviously, that 1.1 seconds is to Jasper Koisma, but well, the hypercar is around 10 seconds quicker. Not 10 seconds, but let's say 7 to 8 seconds quicker than the LMP2 around here. it's fairly close between the two of these. Like
Seems pretty stable so far. It's been a nice clean lap from the Porsche.
Ali's gonna go through the final corner, and the first banker of the Hypercar day will be on. Oh my god, all of these drivers in the 32s within 3/10 in the first sector. Omar Ali 54.6. Nicholas Ulrich 25 thousandths behind. Reese Webber 1.9 seconds off. Isaac Busby 3.1 seconds off, and Thomas Robertham 19 seconds off. Oh, never mind. That was a bug. He's only 2.1 seconds off. But yeah, it's really close between the leading two at the moment. And you know what? Oh, whoops. While we're at it, let's jump on board real quick with the Toyota. I haven't hotkeyed this yet. Let's jump on board with Nicholas Ulrich on a lap on his own. Down into first gear for turn 10. A little bit of oversteer. Real wanted to break free. Up into sixth gear. The sound is a little bit delayed. Now down into third gear. Definitely need to hotkey that to get back to broadcast camera. He's currently 1/1000th of a second up on Omar Ali.
Seems pretty nice so far.
Omar Ali is going to cross the line to make it a 1:40. It's going to stay a 1:46 actually. No, it's going to be a 1:45.5. It's going to be a 1:45.1 for Nicholas Ulrich in that second run. And we got yellows up ahead, and that is Omar Ali. I think he spun it there. So Ulrich currently 2/10 down. He had to slow down a little bit there. Thomas Robertham in the number 94 Peugeot, the white car. Only ahead of his teammate currently. The two Peugeots chilling in P4 and P5. It just looks so wrong with only 5 hypercars on the grid.
Does give you that nostalgia of 2022.
Yeah.
Only barely any hypercars, but it's just gonna be like the real life. Just there's gonna be more drivers coming in, hopefully.
Yes.
More entries.
The two Ferrari. Yeah, go on. My bad.
No, it's fine. I was done finishing. Talking. What the hell? Oh no!
This is like the more 3 a.m. commentary.
Talking, not finishing. Oh, blimey. Right.
Sadly for Robert English, he said he could have gotten P4, and the edit was it's P13 overall, which means P7 in the class. P8 in the class, actually, my bad. All 9. So, currently watching at the top, it's a pit lane, it's a pit stop currently for Nicholas Ulrich. Well, Thomas Robertham goes to 47.4. Reese Webber, let's see what he can do in the number 6 Porsche. So we got this beautiful helicopter shot, and he's only 5/10 down on the leading pair. This is about the pace his teammate is going currently.
Oh.
Porsche Penske Motorsports car now down next straight. Might have to change some. Oh no, it's perfectly fine. I'm just a bit stupid. My bad. Weber now. Oh, that wasn't a good sector. He's lost 9/10 there onto the leader, Nicholas Ulrich. And he will be to the line. 6 minutes of qualifying remaining for our drivers here. Currently,
Number 6.
Mr. Weber is gonna cross the line to a 47.0. Improves slightly, he's still 1.8 seconds off the leader. But I think he can find some more time there. I have faith in him.
Improvement's an improvement.
That is true. Let's look at Thomas Robertham, who's currently rolling to the pits. Actually, let's not look at him. Let's look at the number 5 Porsche of Omar Ali, currently 3/10 down, but he's taking a new set of tires, I assume. So therefore, don't count that lap in. It's looking like a hard day for Peugeot thus far, but it's also looking like we're gonna have Ali against Ulrich for the pole time.
Ooh, bit of a little bit of a slap, I think. A slight bit of oversteer going into the entry, but it seemed reasonable on the exit. And oh,
There he goes. Ali into turn 1. Beautiful cam angle once again. Really love the helicopter cam.
for me, it's just shaken a slightly bit, but it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Peugeot off.
Oh, I missed that.
Was
Oh,
Thomas Robertham. Second Peugeot coming
oh,
out. Is it locked in the helicopter cam? Let's go back to Omar Ali. He's still 3/10 down. He can't seemingly find the time, but he's got a couple of more runs. Everybody's currently on their flying laps. Nicholas Ulrich, the 2 Porsches and the 2 Peugeots. Currently Toyota, Porsche, Peugeot. Kind of missing the Ferrari and the Cadillac, but as I said, they're going to be here for the next round at Fuji at Monday this time around. So let's hope we can get the full grid.
that would be very, very entertaining.
Trying to get some heat into these tires. The number 5 Porsche of Omar Ali. 3.3 minutes remaining. So you can get, in his position, he's gonna get 2 laps off. So these 2 have to sit. At least one of them. Oh, that is a shaking camera. Is this really the cycle camera? Is this really the cycle? Okay, now it's looking a bit weird. I don't like this camera. It's shaking too much.
Was it shaking for you?
It was shaking for me as well a bit.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at the let's actually stay with Omar Ali in the number 5 Porsche Penske Motorsports car. But I'm not seeing anything that is currently surprising anything out of me.
Seems pretty nice through turn 1.
The hypercars can definitely go quicker.
100%. Seen pretty nice through there. Not many drivers try to use a bit of the left out of that corner because of the understeer effect. Now here it's all about trying not to go a bit too wide. He sort of got in on the left, not too much understeer. Seems pretty perfect through there. Or could just be the LMP2s. I'm a bit of an idiot.
And keep in mind that based off this race based off this race, will add weight to the car. So Jasper Kuisma is probably gonna race with a lot more weight than let's say these other cars, because he's by far currently the most dominant car. Poor Lukas Mutek, he got disqualified by the game because he got disconnected. Let's look at Omar Ali. He's gonna go across the line. He's gone purple in the middle section. It's a 49.0. He's made a big mistake there in the last sector.
Yeah, I saw him. He had a big mistake, and then he backed off. He slowed down a bit, and he went on again.
And
oh
Ulrich.
my!
Ulrich is not gonna continue.
Proving that the line is not optimal.
Reese Webber is gonna have one more shot at pole positioner. So we only got the 2 Peugeots now. Let's see where they are currently. Thomas Robertham. What is this camera angle?
Yeah, I've just noticed that. Just a drone.
This is a really nice camera angle.
Yeah, just seeing
Really
the cars
close
go
to the car.
in. Oh.
Thomas Robertham now. 2.2 seconds off Nicholas Ulrich, and he's finding 410s. I think he means a mixed pole position. Yeah. Overall pole position. Like, front of the hypercars. I think he means, yeah, just the total pole position. On track. The overall pole. Exactly. So, let's see. Reese Webber, not an improvement from him. So it's just going to be the 2 Peugeots and Omar Ali, who's going to be the first on track. We're going to stick definitely with Thomas Robertham here, but he's losing a ton in the middle section of the track. Can Thomas Robertham still try to get P3 somehow in that number 94 Peugeot?
Seems pretty alright so far.
Thomas Robertham
Using a bit of the curb on the left.
47.3. It's not enough for an improvement. Omar Ali into the pit lane. So that leaves everything to Isaac Busby. But I don't think he'll be able to improve by much, considering he was 6/10 down in the first section of the track. Unless he's got a lot of time to find here. He's probably not gonna make it.
Nah, I don't think so.
Let's see what his middle sector is gonna be.
Maybe like a few
9/10 up.
thousand.
9/10 up. Never mind.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
9/10. It could be it could be enough for P3 here. For Isaac Busby.
P3 is not the end of the world. It's still up
Especially not in a 5-car grid.
there.
As long as you're not getting attacked by the LMP2 cars on start, everything should be fine.
Yeah, of course.
And he goes P4 ahead of his teammate, Robertham, or commonly referred to as Battle. Of course, that is his gamer tag. So that is it for the qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at the starting order for today's race. Front row, Nicholas Ulrich claims pole position ahead of Omar Ali in P2. Then, on the second row, Reese Webber in the number 6 Porsche, the second of the Porsche cars, alongside Isaac Busby in the first of the Peugeots. Then, on the row 3, Thomas Robertham and Jasper Kuismanen, the first of the LMP2s, going to Jasper Kuisman, Ronald Martinez and Mike Cruff, lining up on row 4. Row 5 will feature the 2 cool racing cars of Ari Venter and Cameron Thompson, P9 and P10 for them. Jake Van Laren and Noah Schler on row number 6. As row number 7 will feature Robert English and Tom Kubica, who round out the LMP2 pack. And starting with GT3's cameras on them, Mohamed Kalamba and Kari Jason share the front row, the second of the Lexus. Just behind in P3, Eldrick St. Jules and Arde Ilan in P4. Lukas Mutik is going to start this race from the back of the pack. Thomas Varkish and Roland Dozer, the 2 McLarens, on row number 10, 19 and 20 for them. And then there's Aaron Carroll in the number 77 Mustang, ahead of Edward Penner in the number 60 Lamborghini. Number P23 to Andrew Taylor, ahead of P. Lucas Jr. And on row number 13, Michael Britt and Lucas Mutzig in the Iron Dames. That is your grid for the day. So we will definitely see what will happen today. And we're looking for a great start. It's only 9 seconds. And let's see what the start will be. How it will turn out. Let's stick with the hypercars at the front of the grid.
Formation lab has started.
There's a little gap between every starting group now. So, yeah, we're gonna see 3 different starting groups, I think, between Jasper Kuisman and the last of the Persia cars. Yes, indeed, you can see Jasper Kuisman lined up behind Thomas Robertham and instead of alongside.
Bit of 2022 vibes, that.
Yes, you can see the GT3s going off in the background. There's a bigger gap between the P2s and the GT3s than between the P2s and the hypercars. And for the first time ever, we go on to the start-finish straight in an LMU race here in NXT. You can hear the cars, you can hear the engines, and to the left the Toyota, to the right the number 5 Porsche. Who's gonna get the better getaway for the first time ever in NXT? Cars are rolling, and when are they gonna go? When are the lights gonna turn green? You can see the LMP2 field is on the way, and here we are, and it's a great start for the number 5 Porsche, and Omar is absolutely flying away. Nico Ulrich got caught up there. You can see the LMP2s and LMGT3s in the back. Nico Ulrich on the inside of Isaac Busby. Busby has to settle down for P3. Thomas Robert and Chris Webber coming together in the back, and that is Jasper Kuisman, who finds himself at the back of the LMP2 and LMGT3 field.
Yep, the man who started on pole at the LMP2s is now fallen off, and he's dead last. He's already got past a few GTs at the moment, but that is devastating for him.
Ronald Martinez now leads the LMP2 field ahead of Ari Vanta and Minecraft, who's had a mega start. Cameron Thompson follows in P5 ahead of Noah Schläfer and Jack Valera. There's Robert English, who's still caught up behind Corey Jason. He's gonna go the long way around Jack Valera, and there's an LMP2.
Oh!
That is not a good spot for Cameron Thompson to stand, and he bails out of it. And a lot of trouble for the LMP2 cars. We have 1 car already in the pit and retired. That is the number 34 car. But currently, I think everything is somewhat settled down. Jasper Kuisman and Robert English trying to fight their way through the GT3s. Robert English has managed to do so. Corey Jason leads the GT3 field ahead of Mohamed Colombo. And that is oh my...
Oh, there's big contact with the...
Noah Schlur.
Gravel. Yeah. There's a few cars going off actually. It's big chaos on lap 1, but
a lot of these LMP2s struggling, trying to find some grip.
Yeah, and then the field's a bit spread out.
It's
and,
yeah. For the hypercars, it has settled down. It's only 5 cars, but we're gonna see a fight here for P2. Minecraft behind Ari Vanta, the 2 LMP2 machines going at it. Kraft is gonna have this lip stream of Venter. Kraft on the inside signals it with the flashing lights, and Kraft goes ahead of Venter. Is Venter gonna get the switchback off? No, he doesn't. Kraft stays ahead of Venter, and Kraft moves up into P2. And Lucas already up into P4. Jasper Kuisman. He has profited a lot from all of these cars getting caught up there, and we see in the back. We see a big LMGT3 fight. That's Edward Panel.
One of the Primus as well had a little bit of a snap here. Jake, I think, the Primus.
So Lucas Mutzi coming out of the pit lane, as well as Edward Panel. Now the 2 Lamborghinis at the back. There was contact with the number 88 Mustang of Mikkel Britz, I believe. He's currently chasing
they go
down
side by side. No, they're not.
the BMW, who's chasing down the car on its own. There's still some LMP2 cars in the traffic of the LMGT3 class. Corey Jason and Mohamed Colombo, the 2 leaders in this class. but out in front is currently pretty stable. There's a lot of LMGT3s
yeah.
going wide.
There's the thing, the hypercars could quite much easier to get through that corner, looks like, but then obviously the GT3,
There's a little
the
battle.
LMP2 seem to be a bit wider through that.
The LMP2s have kind of settled down.
Yeah.
Jesper Koosman currently flying, I believe. He was 5 seconds slow on that previous lap. What's it going to be for him? And Jesper Koosman just went 2 seconds quicker than those two cars up ahead with a 53. But currently the fastest man on the track in the LMP2 field is Ronald Martinez. So Jesper Koosman might have some damage. As we see now, oh, look at this. Thomas Robertham is not safe. Reese Webber has caught him. Number 6 Porsche behind the Peugeot. This is not a great Peugeot track, and we know that. Definitely could use a rear wing here, but I don't think there was any contact at all in the hypercar field, and Robertham's going sliding off the road, and that is going to allow Webber to rejoin alongside. But now that is the golden discipline of the Peugeot, the straight line speed. Porsche on the inside. Reese Webber moves past Thomas Robertham.
Quite an easy pass through there, but it might come back as a switchback Peugeot. But is it going to make a stick? They're still going side by side. Gets him on the outside, but he's gone on the inside. They're still side by side. Gets ahead. Beautiful move.
How long can he hold him behind though? Because the Peugeot's got no rear wing. It's rapid in the straight line. Thomas Robertham on the inside. Doesn't really commit to descent yet. He's got 3 more straights to work with on this lap. Or on the next
got another straight to get in that slipstream maybe. Try and pull out before the first corner. Try and get past, but I don't seem to like it. But that Porsche is going a bit defensive as the Peugeot goes round the outside. Keeps ahead.
It's a little lagging.
Blocks him off a little. Oh, yep. Brilliant defending from the Porsche car.
It's costing them a lot of time to the leaders, and Nico Ulrich and Omar Ali are absolutely flying out in front. 10 seconds of a gap already to these two, and we are only 7 minutes into the race.
It's going to be fun, I think. Judging by what's going on so far. Obviously, a bit of shenanigans on lap 1, but apart from that, it seems to be pretty good so far. Oh, he's gone a bit wide. He's had a bit of a snap, and the Peugeot has got another chance on the Porsche now as they go side by side. Not a place to go side by side, lads. And yeah,
goes wide.
Here's my point. Just going to go a bit wide and cost a bit of time, but can that Peugeot keep up until obviously the start straight?
Jesper Koosman has already caught P2
No.
of the other 2 cars, and these two are really going for it here.
They are really aggressive. They really are too focused on about each other. I would focus on trying to catch up, but hey, drama. We like that.
Yeah, there's no such thing as DRS drops here, and you can really see how the Peugeot's flying away on the straight. Having a look at if we compare these two on their last lap time, you can see that the Peugeot was 9/10 slower than the Porsche. So the Porsche overall is the better car, but it's only 6/10 at the moment. Between Reese Webber and Thomas Robertham. And while they are fighting, we have another hypercar battle on track, and this is a lot closer. Omar Ali, the number 5 Porsche. Nicholas Ulrich going for the long way, trying to go for the switchback, setting it up perfectly. Little contact.
Yeah.
Stays ahead. And you know what I see in the distance there? That is the first of the LMGT3 field. So
it locks up. Oh, that's a bit of a lock up, but
we're gonna have traffic.
Yeah.
Just
traffic.
because, let's have a look. Let's have a look down the order. We see Jesper Koosman 7 tenths off the back of Mike Kraft and about 6 seconds off class-leading car Ronald Martinez. Yeah. While in the GT3 class, it's currently a three-way fight ready between Corey Jason, Mohamed Kalamba and Ronald Dosa. But no one has fallen off too much. It's still just one big train, as Noah Schlur has been in the pit lane. And yeah, he's currently coming out. And there he is on the side of the road. That is the United car. And I think he might have some damage there.
Yeah, I
he's
can
big
tell that car
damage.
is a bit slidey. I think that's suspension. Oh,
He
yeah.
has cut a lot there. Might this be the end for the number 23 United, pulling on towards the pit lane. Could continue.
Drifting his way to the pits.
Ulrich
Leave
still
low.
in the hand of Ali, and Webber still in the hand of Robertham. This is the fight, and there you see, there is the Iron Dames car. That is the first of the LMGT3, or the last of the LMGT3. Up ahead are Edward Penner and Andrew Taylor as well. Oh, and there's big damage for Andrew Taylor. The Corvette. Is this
Yeah, he's-
damage? Or is it just off?
I think he just had a bit one of them snappy moments, got onto the gravel, and yep, the traffic coming in now.
Coming into play.
Yeah.
Edward Penner up next. Omar Ali and Nicholas Ulrich
Oh,
trying their
watch out for
best
the traffic here going into the corner.
to navigate through the GT3 class. There's a
Yeah.
McLaren off, and that is no win
Aye.
for Thomas Varkish. This might be a retirement. This is a retirement indeed for the McLaren. Unfortunately, ending to his first race of the season. Now have Arda Iller being lapped. That's 777. Aston Martin going off white, probably because he's had Toyota up his inside. Most of these GT3 drivers are bronze drivers, except for some people at the front. So naturally, they're going to be a little bit unexperienced in multi-class racing. But Pelicans Junior.
Oi, the Porsche. The Porsche did have a little bit of a wobble, and the Toyota. Oh, yeah. Will he fight back? It's affected his speed a bit down the straight, but
Two Mustangs up
definitely
next.
will come back. Yeah. There's more traffic coming up for them. Not long, hopefully, till they get into the LMP2s.
Oh my God! There's Ulrich going onto the curb.
That's just what
Or
the effect of what the do.
Mustang, Weber, Ali. Also gets ahead. So that leaves us with, in total, 23 cars still in the race. 2 of which lapped. No, actually, almost the entire GT3 field has been lapped. Next up is going to be Eldrick St. Jules. And you can see definitely can see some really big pace differences here in the GT3 class. Whereas these two are still very close together.
This is a good fight.
This is also a good fight down the
Oi.
side, Robertham.
You may have a bit of contact, but not much.
Over chasing after the Porsche, signaling the LMGT3s up ahead. There are 2 hypercars coming their way. Robertham still not letting go of the rear of that Porsche car. He's sending it on the inside there on the BMW. And now Robertham might have the chance. Keep in mind, the Peugeot is a monster in the straight line.
Because that's no rear wing. What? You said Peugeot? Yeah.
Peugeot, yeah. The Porsche is not
Okay.
that quick in a straight line.
Because it has a rear wing.
I'm keeping one eye on my time monitor because I'm seeing Jasper Kuisman approaching the rear of Ronald Martinez. I think this is somewhat settled for now. Porsche of Reese Weber. Oh my days. Oh,
Yep.
Steam, yeah,
Oh.
quick Steam notification.
Yeah, the
Let's
stream went
shift
funky.
Let's shift our attention to the LMP2 class because Jasper Kuisman has caught up to Ronald Martinez. These two, I know Jasper and Ronald could be the same pace, but Jesper has a lot more practice than Ronald. From
He
what
has
I've
been
heard.
grinding. He is desperate for the win today. Didn't help with what happened on lap 1, but hey, there's still some time to go. I'm sure he can fight back. It's just he's gonna have to really send it. Try not to make too many more of those mistakes. I'm sure he'll be up there.
And the LMP2 cars are approaching the traffic as well. So in about, I reckon, by the time we reach 1 hour of race time left, we're gonna see all 3 classes meeting each other at one point on the track. Because Corey Jason and Mohamed Colombo have been lapped by Nicholas Ulrich and Omar Ali, who are separated by 6 tenths currently. As we are racing into the night. See the first of our cars, Jasper Kuisman, already turning on their lights, and there's a Coleman round.
Nice.
Back and
Andrew,
Rotero.
I think. Yeah.
One of the LMP2 cars flying by. He's got all 4 seconds until the next LMP2 arrives. A lot more than that, actually. Back to the 2 leaders. Trading blows. Kuisman 51.4, Martinez 52.2. So Jasper Kuisman around 8 tenths a lap quicker on that last lap. I'm gonna see what's this lap. Jasper
Yeah, it
Kuisman
seems pretty nice throughout the final corner there.
taking
Lovely.
the toe.
Yeah. Not sure that would he go defensive? No.
He's gonna stay ahead. Jasper Kuisman doesn't have the needed straight line speed to
Playing it safe.
overtake here. He's approaching more GT3 traffic. And we're still seeing a Hypercar. The same old battles between Thomas Rotherham and Reese Webber and Nicholas Rick and Omar Ali, both separated by around 7 tenths from each other. And then there's Isaac Brusley, who's currently sitting in P3. It's a pretty lonely race for the Hypercars.
Pretty fun, huh?
Yes, Martin Nevada, he's leaving a lot of space there. Let's see who's going to get through the traffic better. Edward Penner and Lucas Mutzig trading positions. The 2 Lamborghinis throwing some punches. And I think they're both going to get past them on the straight. Martinez goes by. The top speed difference between these 2 classes isn't that big. And Jasper Kuisman is not going to have an ideal line with that Lamborghini.
Yeah, Biff. Well, there are moments where the traffic just slightly holds you a bit, costs you a bit of time, but all you gotta do is just try and close back down that gap again, which I think he's done.
There's something that happened. Yeah, something happened to
The
Sandra
Lexus.
Aldrich Jules. And they were gonna pass him either way, but Jules has spun it onto the curb. And currently looking at the front of the GT3 field, it's Corey Jasner with a 9-second gap over Roland Dozer. Mohamed Colombo coming out of the pit lane already went for a stop. That is an incredibly early stop.
Maybe a bit of damage or something.
Looking at the Virginal Energy, the Hypercars, the LMP2 field obviously doesn't have that. And yeah, actually, why can we not see the GT3 cars? Interesting, but they're also going to be around that 50% mark. But Rotherham is absolutely frying through that battery. Look at that, 37% only.
Ooh.
Oh, there's another yellow flag. Do I see anyone dropping down the order? And we have just missed out on Kuisman taking the lead from Ronald Martinez.
With that spin on lap 1.
He's now gonna run into the back of Mohamed Colombo in that Ferrari, who's chasing down another car as well. Martinez is gonna get by as well. Does he make contact with the Mustang? He doesn't.
Oh.
But the Mustang runs out wide.
Yeah.
And that has cost him a lot of time. He's 1.4 seconds down on Koosman, so he's gonna have to beat him with his strategy. But yeah, looking at... do we have any other battle on track currently? There's a three-way fight between St. Jules, Lucas Mutzik, and Admiral Panna. And... oh, Jake Van Laren into the pit lane. The LMP2 car's already refilling. As I said, they're burning through a lot of fuel, so they're probably gonna have to do a two-stopper here.
That's definitely well with Mohammed in the pits earlier in the GT3. Is that maybe the same thing, or does it seem fine for them?
It should be fine on the one-stopper. There's a car around. Or who was that?
Oh, I didn't see myself.
I didn't see either, but we have the first LMP2 being lapped. Robert English. The Hypercar's going by. Oh, that is not good for the leader currently. Toyota up behind that. Cool racing car, the other cool racing car rejoining. Trying to get into the pit lane, or not. 5 prototypes.
Cars are over the place down the straight.
This is a tire killer track, and is this ascent? Is this ascent from Omar Ali into turn 1? He's outbraked himself, no!
He misses the apex and the Toyota goes through. Just one of them silly little sends.
He's overshot there a little bit.
Oh dear.
And Jasper Koosman is slowly creeping away from Ronald Martinez. It's not a lot, but keep in mind, these drivers could, all of them, could get a penalty. So, a drafter penalty, and for track limits, they're not getting removed. But this might be the end for Omar Ali, or for his chances at victory. And Jasper Koosman has been really, really unlucky with traffic, it seems, because Ronald Martinez has just caught 1 second on him.
Most definitely has to be the traffic. I mean,
or a mistake could also be. These LMP2 prototypes are not easy to drive. Corey Jason, 11 seconds out in front in the LMGT3 class from Lexus driver. So let's have a look at this little LMP2 battle. Oh, and there's Jake Van Laren. He's facing the wrong lane. These drivers are struggling in the LMP2s in these conditions. Okay, I'll go to the toilet for a second. Let's hope nothing happens.
right. Let's see now. It looks like the two teammates going side by side. Not sure they're racing each other or not, but I think they are. It's going to be a switchback beat. Just go a little bit. Well, that's from the camera angle for you. A little bit wide then as they go side by down the main straight. Obviously, he's got the Mustang ahead. Just tries to cover off the. Is it going to be a send? Also, watch out with the Mustang ahead. It's not going to be a send. Just backs out far. Oh, there's a little bit of a tap on the exit of turn 1. The Mustang is not helping here. Not one bit, as the one ahead is a little bit of a moment. Not a send again. I think it's going to have to be waiting until the perfect opportunity to do that. But that was a good little fight there. Obviously, the two teammates, the 37, ahead at the current moment. As his teammate just tries to nail back in. I think it's also the fact that the tyre wear seems to be pretty high at the moment.
So currently, I'm back now. Oh, and what do I see?
Yeah.
On the timing.
There was a little fight at turn 1. The Mustang was in the way, but they 37's still ahead.
That is our LMP2 might be.
There was a little.
These right here. Is your fight for the podium, and there's a Mustang round again. This driver's getting caught up by the low temperatures in the track, it seems.
Yeah, I was trying to say that maybe Maybe the tyre wear is a bit high or the track temps are low.
It is a tire killer track. I reckon we're gonna see the first cars peak by the first of the hypercars that can go a long way. It might be a two-stop here in Bahrain because of the tires. We've got two Peugeots against one Porsche, lapping the LMGT3 cars once again, as well as LMP2 cars now. So we're gonna have cars that are fairly slow in the corners, and cars that are fairly slow on the straight but quick in the corners. And then we got the hypercars. Lock up there from
Yeah, a lot, yeah. Bit of smoke from the lockup.
the Hertz Team Jota.
That'll be lapped by the Peugeot.
Oh, really late send there from Bisbee, from Isaac Bisbee. There's Ada Illen going off. Oh, that would not have helped.
Last chance here. Yeah.
This Highlander, though being fairly small, he's putting up a good show.
Imagine a full grid. That'd be lovely.
Whereas the two leaders of the hypercar field are currently going in the 46s, whereas these boys are in the 48s. This little three-way fight, and Thomas Robertham is now going to have a look at the Porsche up ahead because of his superior straight line speed. We see another wave.
Yeah, we could definitely see that caught quite a bit.
Two cool racing cars up ahead. Remember, brothers, it's the hypercar's duty to make a safe pass. As soon as their LMP2s are peaking at the top speed, the hypercars are just roaring by, and that is a big advantage for Isaac Busby, that he has cleared Edward Panner by the time they got into the corner, because Reese Webber has to now go by the Lamborghini on the outside. And now he's gonna get caught behind another LMP2 car. So this traffic's really falling into place for the number 93 Peugeot currently. Don't get confused, Thomas Robertham is supposed to be the number 94 Peugeot. Down the inside now, Reese Webber. It's really fascinating to see these hypercars trying to fight their way past the lower classes. As Jasper Koosman has managed to create a gap of 5 seconds to Ronald Martinez. He's currently still lapping consistently in the 51.4s, whereas Ronald Martinez in the 52.2s.
This has been a good race so far. Not too much stupid things. It's been very, very good racing, I must say, for the first race of the and for the first race ever with NXT and LMU happening. Definitely going to be a great season for sure.
And you know what's the best thing about this race? That we got 62 more minutes of it.
It's going to be amazing.
And we see when we look at the gap at the front, it's only 1.2 seconds between Omar Ali and Nicholas Ulrich. So traffic keep definitely coming into play here.
I was expecting the field to be more spread out, the attendance, but no, they're all going for it. And it's very good to see that. I cannot wait to see more upcoming, like I said earlier.
Could definitely see a championship fight between the likes of Nicholas Ulrich and Omar Ali here. Oh, Thomas Robertham!
Hey,
Going full rides. He's lost the car there, but don't rejoin unsafely. He doesn't.
Good, very good. Kept out of the wall. Good little save.
Look at the virtual energy, and we see Thomas Robertham is down to 20%. Reese Webber, however, at 41%. He's going to have the big advantage over the two Peugeot cars.
Yeah, again, got caught up in a bit of the dirt here from the LMP2 ahead of him.
Yeah, that is Thomas Robertham. The chances are out of the window. He still has some great pace here. And even if a P5 is a P5, we're definitely going to count full points for all the hypercars. And now there's a fight. Reese Webber on the inside there.
Oh,
Against the
yeah,
Peugeot, there's a McLaren.
yeah, it's going to be 3 wide, and then McLaren will surely be overtaken. As I say that, did, and goes on the inside. Is it going to be a switchback for the 93? No, it's not. The Porsche just stays ahead. For now, definitely. On the inside, I was expecting on the outside, to be honest with you, as they go side by side into the first corner. Is it going to be ahead? Yes, it is. Will the number 6 Porsche fight back? I think they will. They go side by side again, leaving each other some space. Good stuff, boys. Don't make contact. Keep it clean.
Porsche on the
Off
inside.
they go again. Yeah, it just covers the inside. And Peugeot tried to fight back, but not much. And a beautiful, beautiful racing from the two of them. Good racing, hard racing. Not much oh, there wasn't any contact, but it's been brilliant. Good stuff.
This is why this class is locked to gold drivers only. So we can see some really, really good racing. That's also why we haven't seen a single mistake of these guys. It's not that easy to get to gold or platinum, and I think 2 of these guys are actually already platinum. And guess what? It's a 2 up in front. Nicholas Ulrich and Omar Ali. And actually this little fight is helping Thomas Robertham. He's gained a second on the last lap. And there's an LMG T3. Currently it's lonely at the top for the number 78 Lexus. I think it's the Lexus right here. Yeah, indeed, it is Corey Jason, who's just going quite easy at it. So if we're looking at the teams right now, we can see in the LMP2 class that Prema has their cars at positions 6 as well as 14 on the road. That is 1 and 7 in the class. United only 1 car, same with Inter Europol, and the cooler racing cars in 4 and 5, so they're gonna have some nice points if they just bring us home. But yeah, I think with this portrayal of pure pace, Jesper Kussmann, maybe even Ronald Martinez, will have to face a weight reduction for the upcoming round in Fuji. And look at that, Reese Webber.
Oh, this is yet again more racing between these two. I like these two fighting at the moment. It's been pretty clean so far.
And Thomas Robertham has caught another second to those up added. The gap is now 7.0 seconds into the 6s now. And you know what that other fight is currently cooking up? It's Omar Ali against Nicholas Ulrich. Toyota against Porsche. But other than that, other than the hypercar class, the other 2 classes are fairly... The gaps are fairly stable at the moment. There's only 1 fight for position, and it's Arda Ilan against Mikael Brits in for P17, that is P5 in class. And Eldrick St. Jules is going to join that fight as well, it seems. But let's have a look at these 2 first. It is over after all the flagship category. Webber now weaving to the inside. He doesn't find any room there really. But that is mainly because Isaac Glusby has some incredible racecraft. And he's definitely not giving this one up without a fight. Even though he might have to. Because the number 6 Porsche is really desperate to get by.
Right. These two still just trailing each other along pretty much since the start of the race. I don't think I've seen these two make contact, maybe like 2 or 3 times, so it's not been major. Obviously, very good at the moment. Obviously, the other Peugeot had fallen off a bit at the back. Now it's just up to these two.
Ever since these two have stopped fighting. Let's have a look at the energy for the Hypercar class. And Rotherham, he's got 1 to 2 more laps in that Peugeot until he's going to pull into the pit lane. And Webber is really good at saving right now. And that you know what explains why Ulrich has been caught by Ali? Because he's fuel saving, it seems. Talking about these, they're really going for it. They're up behind Jasper Kuisma, the LP2 leader. Porsche against Toyota. The Toyota's gonna get by. What about the Porsche? It's gonna get by as well. Omar Ali right behind the leading Hypercar currently. They also got Edward Penner to go by. But I think the Toyota has managed the traffic a little bit better. We have a yellow flag. Was there someone at the back? Yeah, it was Andrew Taylor indeed.
I was thinking, Andrew.
Standing at the chicane. Currently, Palacus Jr. also, he's fallen off a bit. I think he was already in the pits. And Mohamed Colombo is still out on track. I think he's got a lot of damage on that front bumper.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look at this time battle, because the other 2 battles have somewhat stabled. It's Ada Elan chasing after the Mustang of Michael Britz, and you know what? Whoops. Let's go on board with him. That Aston Martin has a beautiful sound, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. I do like that, the Martin.
It's some very good British engineering.
Yes.
And it's not going to be only Aston Martin on track in the next couple of seasons, because we're going to see the Aston Martin Valkyrie. And
oh, yeah.
I'm really looking forward towards that.
100%. The sound of the engine, the look. It's a shame it doesn't perform as well as it should look. But, you know, it's a new car. You definitely could be seeing them. Though maybe a podium hopefully in the next 2-3 years. That'll be lovely. But
I mean, IMSA was just the first step, in case for those of you that didn't watch IMSA yesterday, not yesterday, 2 days ago, the Aston Martin Valkyrie was P5 for the majority of the race.
There definitely was a 9-4 course yellows.
It was a lot more chaotic than this race actually. And I mean, this race, it ain't that boring either.
A Peugeot just looked nice on the inside, then you have a look at it and that's the rear one.
It's really
I mean,
something very interesting. There we are, have Arda Ille again. He's getting the blue flags. Oh, little lag there from my side. What is Thomas Robertham gonna do? He's currently, energy-wise, at the 4% mark. He's not making that. There's Robertham fumbled, maybe.
Possibly, you never know.
I don't think it's possible to get around the track with 4%.
I think a big lifting coast.
He's currently at the end of Sector 1 and just went down to 3%. Sector 1
Ow, Jesus. Oh.
Cannot
Big
lose
lifting
a
coast.
single second. Yeah, he's gonna have to do a lot of lifting coasting.
And be careful with the downshifts.
He's got that big Mustang up in front. He can use a little bit of that. But is it just me, or am I seeing at the back a very, very clouded sky?
It's boring.
I think he might just make it. He might just make it on the last percent. If he actually does that, that would be a lovely fuel management there from Thomas Robertham. And that would also explain why he's currently... Actually, he's not losing too much time at the moment. You know what we have missed? These two.
What?
Omar Ali ahead of Nico Ulrich.
Yes. Yes, these two. These two have had a good fight as well. There's some traffic up ahead. We'll play a part as we just gets out of the way.
There's a Lexus GT3. I've seen a lot of that car. Robertham now into the pit lane. And these two are really getting into each other. Oh, there's a little contact.
Yeah. There's a Lexus in the way, but not anymore. He's got the Kramer ahead to try and lap.
That is Jake van Lera. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
Just call him Jake.
Hauling on the inside, Ulrich. He's gonna have to slot in behind the Prima car. He's gonna get him on the exit though. Oh my god, there was a big snap for the Prima car and he's hit the Hypercar.
That's not his fault, just one of them city driver errors, but you know.
Let's go on board real quick with Ulrich and let's see. Okay, he's able to keep the steering wheel straight. That's a good thing. Oh, they're going side by side down the main straight.
I was wondering if they were going side by side. They are.
Who's going to be brave on the brakes? It looks like Ulrich currently.
Lamborghini
taking the long way. Trying to set up the switchback. He's going to have to run. And what a run he's going to get. Ali.
The Lamborghini. Yep.
Getting out.
No match. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, look at this. It's really getting crazy here.
Gonna be a switchback? Is it gonna be a switchback? No, it's not. Just gonna stay behind. There's a bit of smoke.
There's a Mustang.
Yep.
Robertham. He's on 0.8%. What has happened to Thomas Robertham? Is this an issue in the data?
It has to be.
It has to be. It surely has to be. Oh yeah, it is. I had a heart attack there. Let's get back to the lead two.
Close again.
Really going at it. Top 3 into the pit lane. Let's look at that very quick in the LMP2 class. Kuzman, he's gonna get on the way, I think. Martinez and Kuzman in the pit lane currently. Oh, Kuzman is getting back onto the road. Martinez will have to wait his turn. Kraft also in the pit lane. Could be a nice result for Prema. They're gonna lap Jasper Kuzman for the second time now. Actually, they're not quite yet. He's out on track there. And I think he's taking some new tires because that Pramacar is horribly slow at the moment.
A bit of a moment there, letting the Hypercars through. Toyota and the Porsche.
I'd like to watch the LMGT3 class, but there's not a single battle on track currently. The only two cars that are remotely close are Mikkel Blitz and Ada Ilm. Same goes for the LMP2 class. This is quite literally this and the battle for P3s are the only battles on track currently. Other than that, everyone's currently in a phase where they just drive their own race.
Looks like so.
Looking at the average lap time, we can definitely estimate how much weight we're going to add to the other cars in future. Oh, they're all Ali almost in the back of Ulrich. And Ulrich, he doesn't have enough. He doesn't have enough fuel to go one more lap than Aldi, but I think Webber has. And it's going to be a tight one for Robert Ham. He's going to have to do a lot of lift and coasting towards the end because we've just reached the halfway point of this race. Who is it? Someone has spun it seemingly. Edward Panner and Elric St. Jules, as well as Andrew Taylor, all into the pit lane. The only cars that are remotely close are Robert English and Ronald Martinez within the LMP2 class, and that currently because Robert hasn't pit yet. So we're gonna expect the Jota, the Hertz Team Jota car into the pit lane now. I'm gonna drive through. Yeah, most certainly not. Yeah, that is essentially the only. These two are essentially the only battles we have currently. Lexus to navigate around. That'll be Alaric St. Jules. They're passing. You want to know what the gap is from Corey Jason to Roland Dozer, who's currently running second in class?
What's the gap?
22.8 seconds.
Ooh.
That means at the moment Corey Jason is closer to the LMP2 up ahead than to the car behind. Well, was. Robert English into the pit lane. Yeah, this is currently the battle we're looking forward to, the battle for the overall win and the win in Hypercar. And these two are going to the pit lane. Ulrich might be able to do one more lap than Ali. And Ali is confident he can take on the lap with 4%.
Also a bit of traffic ahead as well, which there's not a problem going into the first corner, getting past both of them quite easily, and the Porsche cut a bit of the curb on the right into the first corner. It's not like that anyway. Toyota ahead.
And Ala Ilan has caught Mikhail Britz. Those were the two GP3s that just got lapped. So Ala really needs to find a gap there because he's been behind that car for quite some time actually. And he also needs to find a gap because we need some content for the highlight channel.
Yeah, the Toyota went a little bit wide, but I'm not sure. They did that to try and get that, go a bit wider to have
Question is, has Omar Ali overestimated himself? He's got 2% left.
Probably not even actually 2%, just the game being the game, probably.
We're expecting all of the hypercars into the pits this lap, and I think Omar Ali will have just barely enough. It's 0.8% at the moment. He's gonna have to do a lot of lift and coast, and Yeah, look at that. He's already taken out the throttle. Oh my god. I really need to turn off that steam shit.
Oh, they're
Coming
both in.
in.
They're both in.
They're
Both in the pit lane.
Oh,
Oh, touches. Goes
of
into
contact.
The
Has-
Bear goes into.
has Ali received a penalty? Perfect parking from both of them. Ah, this might have cost the Toyota a little bit of time. I think Ali was a little early in the parking. Got these two.
Meanwhile, back to these two. These have had a good fight so far.
Reese Webber could go for one more run around the track. And you want to do that because you don't need a full battery now. Webber's going to commit to one more lap. So that means we are going to have a change of lead for the first time. And it's a Porsche, and again, this time the number 6, Reese Webber taking the lead from Nicholas Ulrich, who's still in the pit lane. Assume it's new tires for everybody. And that is the Porsche up ahead. It's a Porsche 1-2 here in Bahrain. Momentarily. Reese Webber ahead of Omar Ali. And Nicholas Ulrich in P3. Ulrich has missed the pit box by a bit, and that just allowed the Porsche to come out ahead.
Yeah, it's one of them small things that happen that will cost you some time. And I think it's that Porsche has made the tyres a bit cold, like the Toyota, right? But currently the Toyota did go a little bit wide. The tyres still a bit cold. Obviously, looks like the Toyota might have been the same thing, but try and get some temperature into just try and go to the end, I guess. Thinking it's just another wobble. The number 5. They got some traffic ahead.
The 3 cars that are currently going the same pace. It's Mohamed Colombo, Corey Jason, and Lucas Mutzig in the LMGT3 class. Lucas, of course, because of that lap 1 incident, almost 1 minute down on the class leader. Corey Jason coming out of the pit, and you know where he's going to come out? That's right, P2. Let's look at these two. Arda Iller really late on the brakes, and he's closed a lot of distance there. So we'll have a look at this little LMGT3 battle. We have another yellow flag. No idea who's that currently.
No, Marcus, I'm not doing a not joke, mate.
Oh, and the Mustang has severely overshot, and Arda Ilan, and Ilan might jump Brits in the pits here. Let's look at the race leading Porsche of Reese Webber, who's currently in the pit lane. Down at LMGB2, Cameron Thompson is closing in on Mike Kraft up in front. It's only 1.6 seconds to get between the two of them. This is still the fight for a potential P2. Whereas Ronald Martinez is currently behind Jasper Kuzma, who is behind Ari Venter. No, Jasper Kuzma behind Thomas Rotherham. Jasper Kuzma currently leading the race quite comfortably. And Reese Webber coming out. Isaac Busby. Following behind. And that is a very ambitious overshot from Busby.
Yep.
Yeah.
And quite an easy pass for Peugeot.
Actually, Ilan hasn't passed Mikael Brits because Mikael Brits has just had a way better stop than the Aston Martin, and they're currently crawling. Or Brits just hasn't picked up. Oh, that is definitely cold tires. Never mind. So it's all looking like it's said and done. Unless Mr. Mutzig over here has something to say about a potential P2. The Iron Dame's Lamborghini, what a recovery drive it has been from him. Edward Penna as well. Lamborghini running 3 and 4 currently in the LMGT3 class. Looking at
Yeah, we haven't seen much of the GT3s because it's all been about the hypercars really going for it. The LMP2s are just slightly spread it out a bit. Same with the GT3s, but the hypercars, the two main fights at the moment, have been pretty fun to watch. But yeah, seems like a pretty settled down at the moment. It was quite fun at the start, but it's really just the hypercars and yeah, what the Lamborghini just completely missed the apex.
It hasn't cost him too much. He's 1.5 seconds off the McLaren up in the front. Lucas Mutzig. He might have a word to share about this podium. And Thompson, I just saw, caught up to the back of Mike Kraft. This is the 5-4P4 currently in the LMP2 class. We're gonna have a look at that in a second. But let's see whether Lucas Mutzig can close up to the McLaren, and he did. Lucas Mutzig now up behind that McLaren car of Roland Dozer, number 95 against number 85. The Iron Dames here with the Le Mans Special livery. And that is Mutzig, who's going past. He's going alongside.
I say that one has no action. Side by side with the two GTs.
Lamborghini down the inside.
Pass. And the McLaren won't particularly fight back. The Lamborghini, nice move from him. Try and pull away, which probably won't be so easy.
Thomas Robertham
In a
has
game
retired in the pit lane. Can't really see why. But the Peugeot is in the pit lane. Probably because he was in a race on his own. And we see now, here comes the Hypercar, the Peugeot number 93, the only remaining car for Peugeot in this race. Getting ahead, and that is going to compromise the cool racing car. It might get Kraft a better exit in the LMP2. We got two, careful boys, we got another Hypercar approaching, that is the Porsche. Number 6
you
car.
can see the Peugeot just trying to break the toe from the LMP2 so they don't give, obviously, the Porsche a little advantage to try and get past.
Oh, and there's contact!
He went into the back. Oh,
Of the
dear.
Porsche.
Yep.
Cameron
47. Yep.
A bit
Oh,
too...
yeah.
A bit too late on the brakes, and this is what can happen.
Yep. It's one of them silly errors. I mean, I understand why faster cars ahead of you, you brake much later. There's nothing much really you could do in that scenario, but mistakes happen.
Fastest car for each, the record lap for each class was in the Hypercar set by Omar Ali with a 46.4 in the LMP2 class, by Jasper Koesman with a 51.2, and in the LMGT3 class by Mohamed Colombo with a 2.2. Who that is Mohamed Colombo. Finds himself facing the wrong way, not the opener he would have wanted. It's only 30 minutes to go now in this race.
I just realised that the top two are almost 50 seconds ahead of guys behind, and Jasper in 5th. I mean, it's been a good recovery for him so far. From last to P5 would be pretty good for him.
Jasper is actually about to lap some of the cars. He's actually lapped every single one of them. Except for Ronald Martinez, I believe.
Really good recovery for him so far.
And there goes Minecraft on our event, and this is for a podium position. Minecraft, the Inter-Europol car, the only one remaining. Gets a cool racing. Number 37 might cleared one on the last lap. Is going to clear another one on this lap. And Minecraft back into P3. We see a little smog. Andrew Taylor off the road. The Corvette driver still having to learn about
The new tyres.
the entire game itself. He's got
Oh,
a
yeah.
car that's lapping him behind, but he's going to have to move out of the way for this one because that is a car that comes from its own class.
I'm sure Andrew will. He's gonna be making a few mistakes in the first race, but I can see Andrew starting to get that form, trying to get used to obviously how the cars feel. Bear in mind the new tyre model, making everything a bit more, let's say, harder to drive. But yeah, I can see him not making so much mistakes in the next few races. I mean, it's only the first race of the season, you know, new people to race against with potentially, and plus, you never know. And yeah, this is what I mean,
Yeah.
just
Yes.
silly things.
It's not
Yeah.
And we see Jasper Koensma lapping him.
Another league.
And getting lapped, Ronald Martinez by the leaders for the second time. So there's definitely some room of improvement for some of these GT3 as well as LMP2 drivers, but as for the Hypercar class, we have seen some really good racing.
2/3 into the race, and it's been very, very good so far. Another half an hour to go.
We've only lost 4 cars along the way. Tom Kubica, who's actually not really retired, he's still standing in a pit lane. His PC has crashed. Noah Schüler, Thomas Warkisch, and Thomas Robertham. That's one of each class. So that isn't too bad of a DNF. It's not too bad of DNFs. And while these two have settled down fairly, let's look at these two, because these are still fighting, and that's one of the worst possible positions for a GT3 to be if there's a hypercar, and there is down the inside Reese Webber making use of the traffic. Now drag race.
Switchback. Yep, it is going to be a switchback from the Peugeot. Just gets ahead. Lovely. Will the Porsche fight back? He will! He's going to go down the inside. Gets ahead. They leave each other room. They go side by side again. This is going to be brilliant. Gets back into the toe again. The Peugeot just goes to the right side of the track. Back just to the left a bit more. The Porsche just closing in. Is he going to go for it? No, he won't. He's just stay behind. Incredible racing. Just the back markers again. Just making the racing either spicier or, you know, separating things. As the Peugeot back into the defensive line. Here comes the Porsche on the outside. Oh, very, very close. Very close. There's a little bit of a wobble. Goes into the Porsche car. As they go side by side again. This is not a place to go side by side. Come on. Beautiful move from the number 6.
Reese Webber really making use of all the track he has there. Isaac Busby having to let him go, but that he didn't make it easy for the Porsche, and I can assure you that he's gonna try again, because he's got a lot of straight line speed, and he's got 4 big straights coming up, so he's gonna have a lot of total work.
Oof. Doing great.
In the LMP2 class, everything has settled down as of now. In the LMGP3 class, there's only really one gap that's currently shrinking, and that is Ada Ila, who's catching up to the back of Mikael Briggs. P6 on the line currently for these two drivers. The driver that is disappointed the most is Mohamed Colombo. He set the fastest lap by about 3/10 to the other two, and finds himself down in P9. probably a contact with one of the slow cars there. So not the race he would have wanted. And it's just too much time for him to catch up. It's 41 seconds to Aaron Carroll.
These two have been fighting pretty much since the very first few 10 minutes.
Same can be said about the leading two Hypers. And I think Nicholas Ulrich and Omar Ali might actually have to expect a bit of weight there. Andrew Taylor going wide, but this time it's to let the two Hypercars pass.
Yeah.
And this is definitely going to be a big race for Porsche because Alex Rado
getting the 46 BMW. Only a little bit. Hey. Still closed up these two a bit more again. Been a brilliant fight between these two.
Oh, almost goes in the back of the Porsche. It's been a full day race thus far, which actually surprises me. Fuji is going to be another day race, and the first night race actually will be at Spa-Francorchamps.
Well, that's gonna be nice. That.
Yeah, we're gonna have to recruit a lot of people for Le Mans for the 2.4 hours of Le Mans, which will be absolute. It will be very, very nice. But we're still 4 weeks away from that entire month, so you can say. And the next race is actually not in 7 days; it's in 6 already.
Ooh. Meanwhile. Back to these two.
Mohammed texting in chat, interestingly enough. It's an interesting strategy.
Very interesting strategy.
At the front of the field, it's currently Nico Ulrich he's pulling away from Omar Ali. As these two are getting tangled up again, once again, and they got clear roads. There's Ada Ilan and Mikael Brits. We might actually see something here between the two of them. Coming up, so we got a duel, the duel of Hypers approaching, the only duel of GT3s there is currently. Alder is not in a good position for this lap currently, but he gets beautiful out of the way for the Porsche, and the Persian sends it down.
Aston Martin just got in the way, but then obviously the Mustang
just wasn't unlucky position for him to be in, and he's lost a lot of time because of that action. And actually, Lucas Mutic, I'm mistaken. Lucas Mutic yet to pit, coming into the pit lane, and we're gonna have some two-stoppers here.
Two-stoppers.
Some of these people, especially half the LMP2 field, is not gonna make it in time.
Oh.
We have the first full Proton Porsche and a Proton Mustang. Apologies. First one, Proton Mustang, number 77, currently P8 in class, chasing after the Aston Martin of Ada Ilan. It's though it's 47 seconds of the gap between the two of them, and Omar Ali just has to let Nicolas Ulrich go here. Is he perhaps underfield? Would really love to spectate another duel right now, but that's basically the only duel happening on track at the moment. That's the problem with this, with little cars. Only 22 cars remaining on track active. That's barely an F1 grid, and this is split up into 3 classes. Approaching the leader of the LMGT, not the leader, it's P4 in the LMGT3 cars, Alaric St. Jules. And I might be mistaken here, we could see another fight coming up. Lucas Mutic has come out in P5, chasing after the podium. It's only 12 seconds away from him, and he's got 22 minutes to go, and his personal best is 2 seconds quicker than both of these other fronts.
Yeah, he's starting to push a bit there, and that will be pretty interesting near the end of the race. But yeah, don't potentially count him out on the podium, maybe. That'd be
the
nice.
Two good racing cars, they could come together, maybe.
Oh.
And Omar Ali has lost 4 seconds to the car in front, to Nicholas Ulrich. Ulrich is flying at the moment. I think Ali just made a big mistake there. Maybe he got caught up between the Lexus. We'll have to rewatch that in the replay feature. And we see these two going at it for P3. Reese Webb and Isaac Pussy. Porsche against Peugeot.
Oh, these two again with another. Oh, I think there was a little bit of contact. Fairly sure. I think I'm cutting out.
Oh, there goes the Porsche on the inside.
Oh!
Webber against Bisbee. Bisbee inches ahead of Webber. Webber down the inside.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god, what a move. Fantastic.
Webber's now going to have to defend the inside line against Isaac Bisbee. Isaac Bisbee with a switchback.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Absolutely astonishing move there.
Oh, he goes into the back of it, but oh.
Oh, and there's another contact, but it's so minimal. It won't have any effect.
Very, very aggressive. The pressure is on between these two. Took a while.
Oh, there's Andrew Taylor, a Corvette, facing the wrong way.
Oh dear me, Andrew.
It's not an easy game to play. No one has ever said that. So it'll be a kind of good problem for him. While Lucas Mutzik has caught the car Aldrich St. Jules in front by 1 second on the last lap. So he's gonna be at the back of the Lexus within the next couple of laps. 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go until he reaches him. I think Edward Penner should be safe, but then again they're teammates, so they're probably not gonna fight each other that hard. And now these two are getting touchy with each other.
Yeah, they're getting pretty aggressive. They are hoping they don't crash into each other and ruin their races entirely, but they...
A bit of contact is what makes endurance.
Yep. Just pure, just going for it. And it's not like F1 where you just, you know, wait till the DRS and overtake, burn your battery. Not like this. Endurance, endurance, you just go for it. No matter what, you go for it. And the car's a lot smaller, making it better racing. Endurance, slowly chasing after potentially the pinnacle of motorsport in the future. And it's pretty shown that the cars, even in the virtual world, are just as entertaining. It's amazing to see everyone really going for it. And just the slightest bit of contact, there's you know, not much complaining, a little bit of contact, just get on with it, try and get past, and defend. It's been brilliant so far this race.
And defending it is definitely Lucas Mutzik. Gaps has frozen a bit between him and Aldrich St. Jules, but keep in mind the GT3s are not on the same lap as the Hypercars. Not at all. Oh, what was that? That was the car sitting there.
Just focusing on these two, then there's an LMP2 backwards
It was an
behind.
LMP2, yeah. I don't know who it was. I think it was Cameron Thompson. No, it was. I think it was Ari Venter. They were pretty close
I think
to
we
each
should
other.
pay attention to
The LMP2
that
grid.
fight.
Oh, touching to
Yeah,
turn one
that's
again.
what I meant. Pay attention to them too, because I think that might have been a punt to pass potentially. Yo,
It was,
I mean,
that might result in a 3-second time penalty at the very worst. We'll see what the driver has to say about it once we get the clips. And I think they're now lapping the only United Autosports car on track. Ronald Martinez second in LP2. Currently, almost a full minute behind Jasper Kuisman.
Jasper Koosman has been, well, I think he is going to be one of the favourites to win the LMP2 championship this year.
He's definitely going to have to face a lot of weight added to that car to make it a bit closer, but not as much as 255 kilos, as people have joked about.
Oh, Jesus.
See, a Porsche trying to close up to the Peugeot. There's Andrew Taylor on the Corvette. Going off the road, letting these guys pass. They are not his race. They are, however, each other's race. And Reese Webber, he's slowly creeping after that Peugeot as we are left with 50 minutes to go. 50 minutes of endurance. The last 15. Currently, it's looking like this will be the only battle on track. Omar Ali is closing a bit on Nico Ulrich, but it's still 5 seconds. Ulrich is leading by. It has been a brilliant battle between the two pairs of hypercars, I must say. LMU chat pretty quiet at the moment. Everyone's locked in, everyone is fighting. Jab Dominance called both friends, is what I read in the chat. And yeah, I agree. But this is not gonna bore the fans. Number 6 up, the number 93 up the exhaust of that.
Oh, going on like that. That's not a place you usually see overtaking cylinders for that. So, as they go side by side. Obviously, yep, there's the Peugeot straight line speed again without rear wing. Just flies past, and that Porsche is a lot quicker in the corners because as we almost to the switchback there, but will it be?
Porsche's gone for it. Reese Webber.
Oh my god!
Busby.
That was fantastic overtake.
Busby has something to say about that, but he don't think he's gonna get him here. No, Busby stays behind Webber.
This is brilliant. Bahrain is a good track for hypercars and just in general racing.
Can't even. This makes me almost want to do Fuji right after, but the drivers are gonna be pretty exhausted because 90 minutes? That's not quite easy. That's the LMGT3 leader of Corey Jason. Oh, there's looking for space. The two hypers. BMW is getting out of the way as the leading Lexus currently approaching. And this is going to be a big one for Lexus because Aldrich St. Jules is currently catching Edward Penner. This could maybe be a 1-3. From what my biggest surprise of this entire race is definitely I'm surprised by Minecraft. I thought he would be lower down the line. And I'm surprised by Lucas Mutzig as well as Edward Penner. Positive surprises, obviously. Peugeot still the tires. They're running out of tires. Towards the end of this race. And other than that, there's really not a single fight at the moment. Arda Illen has gotten past Michael Britz. I haven't noticed that, but that's a new P6 in LMGT3. Mohamed Colombo has DNF'd.
Mohamed is out.
The Ferrari on the front row has DNF'd.
Oh.
6 laps ago, about something like this.
Oh. Yeah, that's not great. I mean, it's only the first race. Still more to go.
And currently it's looking like Reese Webber has finally gotten rid of the Peugeot. How long can you hold on for that? Because at the moment, these gaps you're seeing on the screen right now are the gap to the next car ahead. Yes, they are that big. In LMP2, Martin has 70 seconds behind Jasper Koosman and 70 seconds ahead of Mike Kraft. They are that big. So LMP2 is going to have to get a lot of balancing. To be fair, most of these drivers in the lower half of the LMP2 fields did spin a lot, so it's not really respectable of the pace. There's Jack van Leeuwen. He's getting in the way of the Porsche. Getting past him quite easily.
That Toyota just ever so slightly catching it up. Just slowly.
6 seconds to get between the top two at the moment. Let's have a look at this little battle that could be right up ahead. Lucas Mutzik, 2 seconds, 3 seconds at the moment behind Aldrich St. Jules, who's 4.6 seconds behind Edward Banner. So the top in LMGP3 is a lot closer than expected. Whereas the LMP2 field is not that interesting at the moment.
Yeah, Jasper. It's just he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, no cars within 20 seconds of each other.
I mean, Jasper's already in Fuji, so.
He's already in Fuji.
Yeah.
I recall if Ronald Martinez does actually take time to practice, he could add a bit of weight to Jasper. We could see a 5 for the win at Fuji. But for the rest of the field, I don't think anyone is remotely close to Koosman.
Jasper, all he's really got to do, bring it home. Don't spin, crash, do these dumb things, and just bring it home.
We've got 10 more minutes.
10 minutes? That's gone quick.
Yeah, the gap between Mutzik and Jules, St. Jules, currently 2.4 seconds. We're gonna see a little Lamborghini Lexus fight here. The two new cars being added to the game with the new DLC. The Iron Dames against the Codis ASP. So that will be definitely interesting to watch between those two drivers. And
That Lamborghini does look really nice, doesn't it?
it looks great. It's the Le Mans special livery for the Iron Dames team.
Yeah, it looks really, really nice.
We might see it again next week. We also might see the next week in Fuji the beautiful flowery cherry blossom livery from Toyota for the home race. And maybe they can bring both cars this time around, because then we could see an even closer fight. One hyper goes by, a second goes by, and let's hope the Lamborghini doesn't lose too much time into turn 1 because of the cars lapping him. Because Mutzik having a loose rear right there.
Yeah, I think tyres.
Busby is catching the Porsche. We got Edward Penner up ahead. P3 and LMGP3 at the moment. We might see a little, you know, a little fight. This and that. Now the Porsche got by, and now the Peugeot's getting tangled up behind the Lamborghini. 7 minutes remaining. Lucas Mutzik is 1.9 seconds behind. That is, I think, Jasper Koosman lapping Harry Venter. No, in fact, that is Jake van Leeuwen behind Cameron Thompson, and he's being lapped by himself. Jake has found some pace, it seems, with a 52.7. That is the third fastest car on track at the moment.
Obviously, everything seems to have settled down a bit in terms of fighting. Everyone's just trying to bring it home instead of, well, fighting it all out.
We have Sanchez right up behind Edward Panner. There's...
I say that. As a Corvette off.
Yeah, that was Andrew Taylor again.
Yeah.
He's just here to learn the game for himself.
Yeah. It's fair enough. It's better to learn, online than just doing it in, regular practice mode.
They are
Going
getting
against
close.
actual people.
This is getting really close. 9/10 between Jules and Panner. 8/10 now, and Music only 1.3 seconds away, so we could see a little fight for the podium. Here in LMP2 on the last couple of laps. 5 minutes to go on the clock. And the fight for the podium in LMGT3 is not settled yet.
Yeah, it's all a bit about that little podium fight at the moment. I mean, summarising it up, the GT3s are just, trying to survive, I guess. LMP2s, Jasper's gone, and now because there were some brilliant fights, but they've all settled down a bit. Try and bring it home.
Yeah, Jasper Koesman has made a big mistake, it seems, because he's lost over 30 seconds to Ronald Martinez in second.
Maybe he's boxed.
No, that would be way longer. Sadly, we cannot see.
I said Jasper should bring it home, but I don't mean going that slow.
Sadly, we cannot see. Sadly, we cannot see the energy for the LMP2 class.
Andrew.
Corvette not retired yet. So we see now lappings. Cars getting lapped there. On the inside goes the Lexus. Edward Panner trying to go for the switchback with Jules is ahead. What is Lamborghini gonna do now? Is the Iron Dames gonna be allowed to pass the Ironlings? Lucas Mutzig looks like he has a little bit more pace than Edward Panner right now, but they're really close together, these three cars. And it is still a good fight for the podium, ladies and gentlemen. On the last 3 minutes, 2 more laps to go here in LMGT3, and we are not done with the podium, not at all. Lamborghini a bit earlier on the throttle. Here comes the Porsche. A 963 flying by. The Lexus, big and bulky as it is going to give the little and sleek Lamborghini a nice tow.
Yeah, this is all the fight for the podium.
Jasper Koesman just had in that first sector went 30 seconds slower, so he probably had a spin there. But currently he's going roughly the same pace as Ronald Martinez. Probably because his tires are pretty cooked up.
Yeah, I would not want to be an LMP2 driver now with the tyre wear and obviously the.
Here comes Panner on Jules. Checks to the inside, doesn't commit to it. There goes Mutzig from up behind. 2 minutes to left. 2 minutes left, and these three are in 1 second. Cameron Thompson in LMP2 into the pit lane. Yes, he could make it. Is there any other LMP2 that has to pit yet? There goes Panner around the outside. Late on the brakes for Edward Panner. Has he overcommitted himself?
Hell? What an overtake. He goes a bit wide. The Lexus tries to do the switch back.
There comes Mutzig.
Oh, this is brilliant fighting. Good. We haven't seen much GT3 action, but here it is on the final dying minutes and seconds and whatever God knows of the race.
Oh, there goes Panner on his teammates. Panner on the inside of Lucas Mutzig. used to
What
saying
the
Luckenow.
hell? Hell. What, same what?
I'm used to say Luckenow because he's the same person.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised he's up here. He's usually in F1, he hasn't been that quick, usually filling up the lower tiers. But here he's at the front, he's pulling up a fight like everyone wants to see.
Ah.
Let's have a look at Ulrich. It's
Yeah.
it's the penultimate lap of the race. This fight is still going. None of these guys is to be counted out. There's no slow class in GT3, so the only thing that could cost them time is they getting laps. Because I see one of the LMP2 prototypes, that will be Ronald Martinez, up behind. And looking at the gaps, it's only 3 tenths between them. Here comes the LMP2. Ronald Martinez picks up Edward Panner before they get to the corner. Brakes later, late on the brakes. He's gonna get past these guys. They're gonna get the blue flags. Here he comes. Lexus against Lamborghini. St. Jules against Mutig. Mutig stays up behind. Oh, a little contact there between Mutig and Jules. And Mutig is gonna have the better rundown. Switch back to the inside. Mutig. Is this enough? Is it enough?
Oh. Will it be?
Mutig on the inside there. Gets ahead of the Lexus. It's the fight for the
From
podium.
inside. Yeah, really going for
And
it.
he's ahead.
Good race.
But let's look at the leader.
Well, just the race leader.
The race leading Toyota Gazoo Racing. Number 8, Nicholas Ulrich. He's had a fight against the Porsches, but he's made no mistakes. Nothing could have stopped him. Nicholas Ulrich comes round the final corner, and he's the first ever winner here in NXT LMU. He takes win in Bahrain. Omar Ali settling down for second. Great result for Porsche there. Third car that is going to cross the line is going to be Reese Webber. Jasper Kuisma still has a lap to go.
73 seconds ahead of Webber in third. I mean, just an absolute masterclass from those two up ahead. Really, really good driving, especially from the leading number 8 Toyota.
Look at this battle.
Amazing.
It's not over until the last
It's
turns.
not over. Yep. Is it going to be a send? A last lap, last couple of situation? Is it going to be a send?
Banner on the send, late on the
Yes,
brakes.
it is! It's going
Against
on the
Jules.
inside of the Lexus. They bang wheels.
And that has
And-
cost the Lamborghini its time.
Yeah. Oh, it was worth it. It was worth it because you never know that could have worked. And yeah, really, really good.
Roland Dutzig
I-
gets second in LMGT3. Lucas Mutig third. Eric St. Jules P4. Edward Penner P5. We got 2 more people to crown today. First of all, we see Arda Ilan taking 6th place. Reese Webber completing the podium. A 1-2 for the Porsches. They really deserve this one. Isaac Bisbee has to settle down for 3rd. Coming to the line. And there you have it. Corey Jasner has got 2 more straights to go to claim victory here in the LMGT3 class. Corey Jason to win in LMGT3. And I think for the P2s, it is pretty clear. Jasper Kuisma takes a white line, gets it slow, gets to the line, and Jasper Kuisma wins the opener in LMP2. Ahead of Ronald Martinez.
Amazing
Minecraft
P3.
Great podium debut from him.
And
Andrew
Jesper,
Taylor still standing on the track. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
from last to winning in your own category. Amazing job from the Prima driver, Jesper. It's an absolute good victory for me. You should be proud of that.
This
First LMP2 winner of this league.
Oh no! This, I didn't want to say that. We saw practice. We saw qualifying. Here you have the results in the end for our beautiful results graphic that is going to be provided by our graphic editor TGs. And now we just need to get Andrew Taylor off. Might have a disqualification here, might be needed from Mohammed, because Andrew Taylor still has not retired from the race. Well, there you have it. There are your results. Or at least the lobby has ended, the server has ended. We'll have to say this is the old one. I'm sorry, this is the old one. It's everything I had. I didn't prepare one. Thank you for tuning in for the first ever race here in NXT LMU. Next week we are back with the 90 minutes of Fuji. And join the Discord. Check out our Twitch. Check out Velocity setups with code NXTSTEP to get 5% off to your sim racing setups. And I don't got anything to say anymore.
Just really good race today. I really enjoyed that. Obviously, for me, the last 10 minutes, yeah, everyone settled down for a bit, and yeah, really good.
So, thanks ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. We'll see you next time around here at NXT.